Hello students.
This is your computer teacher Devdev sir, back with another lesson of computer for you. Now we were understanding about QBasic, so we are going to start from QBasic today. Alright? So without further ado, let's start our class. So we are going to start from QBasic. The topic that we are going to deal with today will be, that is from variables, alright? From variables we are going to understand. Here, so variables, okay? So what are variables? If we see here, variables are data value which can be changed. A variable is a name given to memory location that has value. So please underline. That means variable is something by the help of which you can assign some value and whose value can be changed time and again. Now variables are of two kinds, okay? If we see in general, there are two kinds of variables before you, alright? So what are the different types of variables? Let us see. The first type is numeric, the second type is string. So numeric variables are used to store numbers, okay? And they begin with alphabet. So numeric variables begin with alphabet and they are intended to store numbers. For example, if I create a numeric variable just before you, suppose I write here pi is equal to 3.14. So pi is an alphabet, but whereas 3.14 is a number, so this becomes numeric variable, alright? And string variable are basically used to store string, okay? That is collection of number. Like if I store in this way, n is equal to, that is n dollar. Dollar is the string constraint. I write my first three letter DB, alright? So n dollar, what is dollar? Very important. None of you should ask me a question that, sir, what is dollar? Before that only I am telling, dollar is called the string constraint. Now what is the meaning of string constraint? String constraint is something by the help of which we can add any form of string data, okay? Now operators. What is an operator? Let us see what is an operator is all about. So operators are symbols that indicate a type of operation. So those symbols that indicate type of operation is called operators. Underline. So the symbols that indicate a type of operation, what are they called? Operators. Or basically the symbols that help us to operate on a particular data. Example, if you see here, the plus is an operator, okay? So addition is an operator. Now there are different classes of operators that we see. Just see the different types of operators. Starting with addition. Addition, we all know it is used for doing addition, subtraction. Multiplication, this sign, what is it called? It is called asterisk. So asterisk is the sign that we use for multiplication. Division, this is called slash. Division is done by the slash symbol, 6 by 2, this is giving the quotient. Now integer division we use backslash, okay? Backslash is used, the reverse slash. Exponential operator, that is power operator, is called caret, C-A-R-E-T, caret. So 4 square is 16, 16 is a 64. And mod operator is used to return the remainder. So it is used to return what? Return remainder. Alright? And relational operator are those operators that are used for comparing values. That is comparison of values. Who does that? Relational operator. Okay? Now see what are the different types of relational operator we have. First being equals to, it is used to check whether value is equal or not. Greater than checks whether value is greater or not. Less than checks whether less than or not. Now greater than or equal to, that means it will check both. First it will check whether the value is greater or not, then it will check whether it is equal or not. And similarly for the less than equal to, it will check whether the value is less or then equal or not. Okay. A not equal to operator is given as greater than and less than sign together, and it is called not equal to because if a value is greater or lesser, it can never be equal. Okay, for this logic. Now logical operators are used for checking whether a value is true or false or not. Okay, these are the three different logical operator: and, or, and not. Okay, so combining relational expression and checking whether the relational expressions are true or not, who does that? Logical operator. Okay. Now statement. A single command is called a statement. Every programming language has some set of commands. These are called statement. What is REM command used for? REM command is used for remarks. That means basically the word remarks means here comments. Comments is used for better understanding of the program. Comments are used for better understanding of the program, like REM comments, what comment? Program for division of numbers. So the user will understand what program it is related to division of numbers. Now CLS command, it stands for clear the screen. As the name suggests, it is used for clearing a particular screen. So any form of screen can be cleared using clear the screen functionality. Okay. Now input command is used to enter data or assign data to a particular program. So what is the use of the input command? It is used for assigning data. Alright. So used for assigning data to the variable. I hope all of you are noting this. An input command can be of two types. Now see, very important, mark it. Input n, this is used for giving numerical value. Input n dollar, this will be used for giving string value. An end command is used for terminating a particular program. So the computer stops executing the program when end is encountered in QBasic. Okay. And let command is used for assigning or considering or assuming any form of value. Now one thing we must remember, that whenever it comes to a value, let variable name equals to value, like let a equals to 10, but whenever you are assuming any constant, a string constant, you must put that in double quote. So any string value, like suppose you want to set your name, let name is equal to Rishabh. Okay, so that Rishabh name will be in double quotation. Okay. Now go to command tells the computer to go to another place. Basically go to command that means use for jumping or skipping what? Lines of code. So whenever you have to jump or skip a particular line of code, which command you will go for? You will go for the go to command. Okay. So till go to, this will be the explanation for today. Now before we end our class, we are going to see some QBasic programs. So if you can see, write a program to enter your name and print it, okay? So CLS, first you have to clear the screen, input, enter your name $n, print the name is $n. So that is how your name will be printed. So first you will enter your name and then the message will come, name is Akash, Rishabh, whatever, in this way. Now this is a total string based program. See, write a program to enter your name, city, country, age and print them. So I give CLS, clear the screen, input, enter the name. First you are inputting all the data, okay? Then input, enter the city, enter the country, enter the age. And then one by one, with the help of the print statement, we are printing it. Like the name is $n, the city is $C, okay? In this way. So these two you will practice. Alright, so I'm giving you an assignment here related to QBasic programming which you will do. That means you have to do the QBasic program by yourself, just try it. Related to the same type I have taught you now. So your homework will be write a program to input your name, class, section and to print the same. And where you have to do the homework? In the computer copy, needless to say that. Okay, so do the homework based on the thing that I have taught you, that is the two programming questions you saw. Alright, so thank you students for attending the class. Hope you have a nice day.